Alrighty, boys, this is the best representation of attempting to start a business in your early 20s while still in college. Pretty much how it's going at the moment. Now, this video, guys, kind of just off rip, no script or anything. It's basically going to be 5 things we've learned while while starting a business while in college. If y'all don't know, we bought this 350Z for $3,000 as a project drift car, and it's going great. Besides the fact that she doesn't start, it's going great. No, but guys, we bought this car, and to be completely honest, she's kind of in worse condition than when we bought it. The door over here, I mean, y'all know what's going on with the Z. We've had plenty of videos updating on y'all on the Z. The oil has started leaking again after we've already dropped the transmission and attempted to fix the rear main seal. So we're gonna have to try to do the rear main seal again. But yeah, guys, this video is just gonna be kind of 5 things we've learned while starting Caribou. When we bought this car, you know, we were kind of all gun-ho, like, oh, this is gonna put the channel on the map, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it's kind of been problem after problem since, not only with the car, but also just in life. You know, the semester started for all of us. I got a new job. Julian quit discount, looking for a new job right now. So we're all kind of just, you know, starting a business in your young 20s while in college, it's a challenge. So this video is just going to be kind of a lot about that. Obviously, y'all know about the hats that we're making. That website's going to be up soon. If y'all want to support us in any ways, obviously we have a dream of making Caribou the greatest car tuning shop in history, along the likes of Shelby, Hennessy, companies like that. If you want to support us, make that dream come a reality. When we get that website up, buying those hats is going to be the best way to make us make that happen, help us make that happen. So other than that, guys, let's get into the video. There's going to be 5 things we've learned while while starting Caribou Tuning. Point number 1, or the first thing we've learned, is time and money management. This is so important when starting a business, but especially when you're in your young 20s and you're in college. Trying to juggle classes, work, real life, and then also starting a business, Caribou, all in the same time is extremely difficult. And in that same sense, managing money all along with trying to pay rent, as y'all know, college kids are broke to begin with. So in doing that, also buying a drift car, spending money on YouTube videos, trying to do things to propel the business, getting these hats made, things like that. It's very important to manage that out and make sure that 1, you're budgeting everything, and 2, you have everything lined up to kind of get profit set in order in the future. So right now, like these hats, that won't really be profit. All of that's going to be reinvested back into the business. It'll be good revenue for the company, but like future planning to brand certain parts, sell certain parts, things that we can do in the future to make real profit in the business, and spending money on things now that will lead to that in the future, if that makes any sense. So number 1, first thing we've learned is time and money management. Super, super important when starting a business. So, all right, guys, point number 2 is teamwork. This one is, I probably should have made it point number 1. It's probably the most important on the list, to be completely honest. Without the boys, I would have never started this channel, would have never even thought of starting this channel. This has always been a dream, but I always knew I needed the right people around me to start this and make this happen. When I first met Julian, this is something we talked about multiple times, and kind of knew that me and him would lock in eventually and kind of make this happen. And then Brennan, Hayden, Tommy, Musa, all the rest of the gang that's involved with Caribou. If it wasn't for all those guys, we wouldn't have bought the Z. We wouldn't be making weekly videos. You know, if it wasn't for Hayden, we wouldn't have had a place to work on the Z for a full month, dropping the transmission, putting the transmission back in for the rear main seal oil leak. So teamwork is beyond important. You have to find a group of people. It's not impossible to do stuff alone, but obviously I'm kind of a biblical person. I like to follow by the Bible, and as it says, iron sharpens iron. So it's not impossible to do things alone, but it's definitely a huge help to have the right people, the right team behind you, who supports you and has the same goals as you, who to propel things forward. So number 2 is teamwork, probably the most important one on the list. Alrighty, boys. The third point is going to be discipline. Obviously, all of these are super important, but this one's very important as well. Discipline, anything in life, discipline is hugely important, whether it comes to school, work, ambitions outside of school and work, just daily life, working out, health. Everything requires discipline. So if you're not disciplined, it's very hard to kind of do anything. But especially when it comes to YouTube and starting a business, discipline is huge. I mean, we have shown up. We started this January 1st. We've shown up every week. We've posted a video every week. TikToks, Instagram videos are being posted every week. Even on weeks like this week where, the Z is kind of down, starter's down, we're kind of waiting on money, kind of waiting on parts to put everything back together. Hopefully we'll make the drift event October 28th. Even on, weeks like this week, still getting creative and getting a video out to y'all. And, that's very important, not only for the YouTube algorithm, but just that discipline, starting a business, keeping that weekly discipline, keeping that schedule kind of regardless of what's going on in life, and making sure you're sticking to that. So number 3 is discipline. Alrighty, boys. Number 4 is learn as you go. When we started this channel, I didn't even know how to edit a video. I literally, first video, kind of just sat down with software and just literally figured it out. Y'all saw the video of us dropping the transmission in the Z. Have never done anything like that in my life. My mechanical extent comes from me working at Discount Tire, changing tires, and then doing oil changes on my own. So a job like dropping a transmission and redoing the rear main seal, something I've never done. We kind of just sent it and learned as we went. Starting a business is huge in that sense. You can't think that from the beginning you're gonna know how to do everything. You kind of just have to go for it and figure it out as you go and learn as you go, obviously. So that's number 4, learn as you go. Alrighty, boys. So number 5 and the final thing we've learned while starting Caribou is to just simply enjoy it. Even from moments like this when there's not really a lot going on, it's still just, the process of making a video is something to enjoy. But not only that, just, I never thought we would own a drift car, a project drift car. Walking out and seeing that thing every day, even though right now it doesn't start, it's leaking oil, has a ton of problems. I don't even know if it's going to make the drift event. It's still just such an enjoyable thing. Even like having those problems, having those things to stress about is something to enjoy and something to be grateful for, because they're honestly things I never thought I would have to stress about. Stressing about getting a video out every week, having to get this video out but to y'all by tomorrow, oh, that's whatever, but that's something to enjoy, having that stress, you know what I mean? So just enjoy the process. That is honestly probably the most important one. All of these are important. You can kind of choose which one is more important to y'all, but these are the things we've learned. Hope y'all have enjoyed the video, kind of just another sit down video with y'all today. I know the videos have kind of been all over the place. A lot of them haven't really had a meaning since kind of the last drift event. We've kind of all been all over the place. The Z has kind of just been slowly falling apart on us since the last drift event, but we'll get some money coming in. I have a new job, so we'll get some money coming in, kind of get some parts in the door. That's kind of just what we're waiting on. Goes back to that time and money management. And then the website for these boys will be made very, very soon. If y'all want to support us, you know what I mean? I said this in the beginning of the video, but our dream is to make Caribou into the greatest kind of car tuning shop this world's ever seen. One of the biggest car brands. We want to be one of the biggest car brands in the industry. So if you want to support that dream, if you want to support just a bunch of young 20-year-old kids in college who are trying to start a business, the best way to do that is to purchase these Caribou hats. You'll be able to get them in any color. This is just the sample hat we chose. I kind of like the black on white, but yeah, we'll have that website up for y'all soon, so y'all will be able to kind of support us if y'all want to. And other than that, it's Caribou Tuning. Love y'all. Peace out.